Story 1. Am I the a-hole for telling my dad my mom hired a private investigator on him? I'm 18 female. Am currently in uni while my parents are going through a horrible divorce. It's been going on for like 2 years, and I still don't really know what happened. Both have their own story, but I'm equally close with both my mom, 60 female, and dad, 61 male. My mom is kind of eccentric and has been visibly mean to my dad, whereas my dad is more quiet and doesn't do the same. I feel bad for him because she's tried to turn everyone against him, but again, not sure what happened, so maybe he deserves it. Regardless, as I said, I'm really close with both of them. Today I was helping my mom with something on her phone and a text popped up from a private investigator contact and I checked. And it was a bunch of messages with her and a private investigator. She gave him his full name, address, his car, license plate, name of his friends, so much stuff. It was kind of crazy and horrible to see, including the fact some of the friends she listed off are like uncles to me. And I felt like it was a total invasion of privacy, especially because I know my dad hasn't done the same to her. I told him and he started crying and he felt nauseous and he was sad. He was being treated like this and that she's trying to ruin his life and stuff. But I feel kind of guilty for undermining my mom, especially when she obviously doesn't want him to know she's investigated. I just feel bad because I've seen the letters her and her lawyers have sent to my dad and it's kind of awful. I don't know. Am I the AI hole? Edit. I understand it seems biased. I do love them both equally. I'm torn. I'd do the same if my dad did it to my mom. But please don't insult my parents. As I mentioned, I'm close with them both and it's totally uncalled for. This is my first time dealing with divorce as well, and outright bashing me is kind of ridiculous. I was 16 when this whole thing started. Yes, I'm an adult, but I'm still trying to navigate it. Thanks. Edit 2, I appreciate the advice. I understand I was the AI hole to through her phone, and I should have stayed out of it. Thank you for all opinions thus far, so I can see all the perspectives. Comment A. It sounds like your parents are going through a contentious divorce. It can be difficult to see this as a child, not that you are currently a child, but you are your parents' child, and you may want to help. I would caution you against getting involved because you may find yourself estranged from one or both of your parents. Make sure you have someone you can talk to about these things, like a therapist, not judging your initial action. Default not the AI hole. Good luck. Take care of yourself. Thank you, I have a therapist, but we'll talk to her about it as soon as possible. I appreciate this. Comment B, you need to stay out of this. You legit need to be like Switzerland, neutral to both sides. Comment C, honestly, your dad could have cheated, and she's trying to gather all the evidence she can against him to make sure she doesn't get screwed in the divorce. This is just an assumption. He could be completely innocent. Regardless, you're 18 in the middle of a divorce of two people who raised you and who care about a lot. There's a lot on your shoulders, and you are not the AI hole by any means, regardless of what the circumstances of the private investigator entail. Remain strong, sending love your way. Comment D, you're the a-hole, gently. Stay out of this. You have no idea what happened. All the private investigator will do is just find facts. That's it. So if your dad is okay, then there won't be anything bad the private investigator gives your mom. I'm not saying this is like your situation. But when my cousin's parents divorced, it was the same situation. My aunt was loud and upset, and my uncle was quiet and kept to himself. Thing is, he repeatedly cheated on her throughout the years. My cousin didn't know until about 15 years after their divorce. She was like, OMG, that's why you were so mean and angry. It could also be other things in their relationship that your mom felt she put up with and got tired of it. I'm 44 years old and see it in my friends' marriages. My friends take care of the kids, cleaning the house, doing all the laundry, all the grocery shopping, most of the cooking, and the husband doesn't really participate. Marriages, especially long marriages, are complex. As the child, you most likely don't and shouldn't know their problems. If you have nothing to hide, then to got nothing to worry about, that's some bootlicking mentality. In terms of a divorce that will only be about finances since OP is 18, then yes, that's what I absolute stand by. A private investigator is going to find out facts, things the father has done or is doing, backed up by records and or picture. If the father is doing nothing that would affect the divorce, then yes, he is all good. I'm not saying that in general, if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to worry about, because depending on what the situation is, things can be skewed. But in this case, with what OP stated, the father is probably okay if he isn't hiding anything. Comment E. Sucks that you are in the middle of this. Yeah. Comment F. You're the a-hole. Why did your mom hire a private investigator? Sounds like you sided with your dad without even knowing what happened. You understand that private investigators are used to uncover dirty truths, right? You are inadvertently interfering in things that way above your comprehension level. You sound like a nightmare of a child, and I pity your mom. I'd do the same if I knew my dad hired one on my mom. Comment G. How do you not know why they are divorcing? You're 18 and claim to be close to both of them. Neither will tell me, sorry. Then one of them messed up real bad. Bad enough that they don't want you to know so it doesn't taint your relationship with one parent. With how mad your mom is, it probably was your dad. Hiring a private investigator means she is gathering evidence for the divorce of trying to figure something out. Then one of them messed up real bad. This isn't always the case. Sometimes two people simply fall out of love or realize they were together for the wrong reason or something that isn't so extreme and decide to go this route. Story 2, would I be the AI hole if I leave my current job for my dream one knowing this family's livelihood might collapse? I'm a graphic designer from Colombia, and finding a good job in this field is tough, especially in my small town where creative work is undervalued. After college, I got lucky and found a job at a print shop. We make canvases, stickers, posters, business cards, and more. The owner, a lovely lady, hired me, and I've been working here for 3 years. For the most part, everything was great until mid-2024 when she decided to retire and leave the business to her son. Let me tell you, this guy is the absolute worst. Calling him a despicable human being would honestly be too kind. Still, I stuck it out because I enjoyed the job and had built great relationships with clients. But things went downhill fast. He became ridiculously controlling over my designs and started buying the cheapest, lowest quality inks and paper. Naturally, the quality of our products tanked. Clients, many of whom I've grown close to, have been complaining nonstop. I've tried talking to him about it, but his response, I'm in charge, so deal with it. I've had enough. I started job hunting and found my dream job, something I've always wanted to do. But there's a catch. They need me to start this Monday. And that's where I might be the a-hole. Here's the thing. I don't just design, I'm also the printer operator. While finding another designer might not be too hard, not just anyone can handle these machines. The 3.2-meter-long plotter is extremely delicate, and the cutting plotter constantly needs recalibration. None of this stuff is taught in college. When I started, the previous owner, bless her, paid for me to travel to another city for specialized training. She even covered my stay there for 2 weeks. I know the shop can't afford to train someone like that right now, so if I leave, they'll be in deep trouble. I feel awful about potentially screwing over my old boss, but I can't say the same for her son. He's running the business into the ground, and I don't want to go down with it. So Reddit, would I be the AI hole if I leave my current job for my dream one, knowing this family's livelihood might collapse? Comment A, not the AI hole. Think of it this way. If he found someone who said they could the job cheaper, would he keep you employed? You have more than paid back the investment that the previous owner put into you with the quality work you have done since the training. Do not let the opportunity you have been given get away. If it helps you fiscally or mentally, offer to help train someone else and or work for some period a week at an adjusted rate, X per hour, if you trust that you will get paid. If you think you might not get paid, paid up front, and get this in writing with witnesses. Good luck. Wow, I haven't think of it that way. And it's totally true. If he could find someone to do it cheaper, he would do it in a heartbeat. Thank you. I forgot to say it in the post, but I'm the only employee in the shop. He manages, so if I leave, there's really no one to cover, and that's why I was feeling guilty. But this comment specifically opened my eyes. And if you hadn't already thought to do so, clue his mom into what's going on under her son's management. Be factual, inferior products, client complaints, loss of business, disrespect staff, not emotional. Her retirement may depend on his continued success, and she deserves to know the scoop. It does. That's why I was feeling so guilty. The lady doesn't have a retirement plan. This business is everything they have. Don't get me wrong, the business makes good money, but only because of the old good quality of the products. The quality has gone to crap, and if I leave, they will likely have to close at least for a couple of months until they can get someone else trained. January is one of the hardest months in this industry, so it's especially hard. I have talked to her, but she insists her son is a businessman and he's doing what thinks it's best. We already lost two of our biggest clients because of this. Comment B. If, when the business fails, there might be an opportunity for you to buy what's left of it on the cheap. If you can win back the customers with better quality and better management, it might be a great opportunity. That's another dream of mine. I'm actually sad because I really love this job, but the situation, it's unbearable. Hopefully I can start my own someday. If that happens, I would get a loan on the spot. I know firsthand just how much money this business makes. It will be hard to recover the reputation we once had, though. Comment C, not the AI hole. The son is running the business in the ground because he doesn't value it, just as he doesn't value you. It would be unwise for you to stay in this position because your reputation as a professional will be tied to this low-quality product that he insists on producing, and you definitely don't want that. I understand that you will forever feel grateful to your old boss because she not only gave you a chance, but she invested in you. However, she's now gone, and you have to do what is best for your wallet and your professional reputation. No one owes a company loyalty, especially not someone like her son. While she was investing in you, he should have been there to learn every aspect of the business before he took it over. Take the job. That's honestly the worst part. The clients know the quality of my designs and art and how great our products could be, and now I feel so embarrassed every time I give them their orders. Most of them are really understanding, but as you said, it's my reputation as a designer on the line. Everything else aside, you have to leave that job. Stress from working with bad people can absolutely impact your health. In my personal experience, stress like that is just as bad as if you were drinking excessively or had a terrible diet or never slept. Stress absolutely will kill you. You do not owe this guy anything. And that lady, if she cared about your life, perhaps she would have offered to let you buy the business. But she didn't. And she knows who her son is. You owe them nothing. Leave and take the new job. You already know what you have to do, and Reddit is giving its blessing. Comment D. Calling him a despicable human being would honestly be too kind. You don't owe any consideration to this kind of person or the family that put him in charge of you. The workplace you remember fondly doesn't exist anymore. Start your dream job right away. Not the AI hole. Thank you. I was feeling a bit guilty, but the support here has been overwhelming, and I'm more secure on doing what's best for me. Story 3. Am I the a-hole here for having 2 twin beds in my guest room instead of a queen and refusing to let my in-laws change the room? Hi, Reddit. This happened earlier this year, and my in-laws are no longer staying with me. Background info. My husband and I, 24 female and male, have been married for 2 years. I'm a social worker, and my husband works as an electrician. We own a 3-bed, 2-bath together. We have our bedroom, our home office, and a guest bedroom. My state's foster care system is one of the worst in the country. There isn't anywhere close to enough foster homes to meet the total number of children in care. As a result of this, children often get stuck at hospitals, psych facilities, group homes, etc. Oftentimes, we have children that have to sleep at the Child Protective Service facility in sleeping bags on the floor because there's just nowhere for them to go. It's very common for social workers to bring children home with them, myself included. It's hard to find emergency placements for siblings, so if I can't find a place for them for the night to keep them together, I will often just bring them home with me. My husband and I are child-free, but he's super supportive of this, so our guest bedroom has 2 twin beds, both with pull-out beds underneath. This means that I can give 4 children their own beds for the night. Earlier this year, my husband's brother and his wife were temporarily homeless. They lost their jobs and couldn't renew their lease. They had to scramble to find new jobs and a place to live. We let them stay with us for 2 months. I didn't really want to, but it was the right thing to do. They were very pissed about the two twin beds thing. Because of the way the bed frames are, you cannot push the beds together. And the room is a little small and oddly shaped, so you can't fit a queen air mattress in the room without taking the twin beds out. We don't have a garage, so there would be nowhere to put the beds. They wanted me to get rid of the beds or put them in a storage unit so they could put a queen air mattress in the room. I refused because I didn't want to go through all that trouble when they shouldn't be staying for long anyways. And I worked hard to get the room to look a way that I feel is welcoming to kids, and I don't want to change it. I didn't tell them this, but I also didn't want them to get too comfortable with the room because I didn't want them to be tempted to stay for any longer than necessary. I would rather house kids in unstable situations than my ungrateful in-laws. My husband took my side and told them to get a hotel if they don't like it, but otherwise shut up. He said that if they keep complaining, they'll have to leave. He's a good husband. My in-laws have been telling everyone who will listen that we're a-holes who made them sleep in kid beds. My husband has been telling his whole family to F off basically, and don't talk to us unless you have something nice to say. Am I the a-hole here, Reddit? There's like a dozen people who think we're a-holes, so I'd like some judgment. Comment A. They have a lot of demands for people who get free housing. Don't let them come back. Those kids sound like they need a place to stay, a lot more than those spoiled in-laws. If anyone takes their side, tell them to house those too. By the way, I'm happy that people like you and your husband exist. They are not welcome to come back, and neither is almost anyone in my husband's family now. I don't understand how he's such a great guy, but he comes from a family of pricks. Usually how it happens. The most intelligent in the clan see how awful the rest are and actively try to make a change so they're nothing like their family. Comment B. You should counter with, no, we are the kind people who didn't make them sleep on the street. Edit to add, not the AI hole. Agreed. Your house, your rules. That's a lot of demands for people who get free housing. Comment C. Homeless and demanding a queen bed? The level of entitlement is off the charts. Maybe they were that choosy beggar who asked for anyone's spare 55-plus-inch TV to enjoy while being housed by OP. Comment D. Not the AI hole. Tell them that it is possible to do the deed in a twin bed. Draw them diagrams if necessary. Since they are your in-laws, use only stick figures in the diagrams. Funny enough, I did hint at that. I told them I'm not trying to block them, but it's my room and they're not changing it. It's up to them how they want to use the room, but yeah. Comment E. One teeny question, not the a-hole, by the way, that might put your husband's family, excluding his jerk brother and sister-in-law, in a slightly better light. Have you confirmed the full story the other in-laws got from your husband's brother and sister-in-law? Got a feeling they put a sizable spin on their story to get the rest of the family to side with them against you and your husband. Maybe provide them your side of things, pointing out where the moochers are playing fast and loose with the objective facts and see what happens. Worst case, you're where you are now with low contact. On the other hand, the moochers may get outed for the ungrateful choosing beggars they really are, and you're on better terms with the rest of your husband's family.